What most attracted you to this Penn State opportunity?
Pat Kraft, the director of athletics, just talking with him. I grew up 2 hours from Penn State, from State College. Brother and sister went there. I was a camper in Rec Hall back in the day at Penn State, so I've always cheered on Penn State. But I was very, very happy where I was at. But then I met Pat, and that dude wants to win, and I wanted to work for him.
You have historically had a very exciting style of play. Are we going to see very similar situation here at Penn State?
Yes, and that's been the question of the year for me. Can you do that in the Big Ten? Can you do that at Penn State? Well, we'll give it a try. So I've been saying we're going to be bold and be different, and doing that we got to be very aggressive, trying to be bold and different. So yes, we're definitely going to play a fun, exciting style.
Kind of changing defenses, get up in you, push the rock when you have the opportunity, let guys get in space, do their thing.
Yeah, play with great freedom, create a lot of possessions, be different. I really believe if we try to play quarter-court offense and quarter-court defense, the word I use is we'll get bludgeoned. So we want to open up the game and create a lot of possession, shoot a lot of threes, get guys downhill, and then defensively, like all my teams, just get after it. Get your hand on the ball and make plays on the basketball, and be courageous in a lot of ways.
You know, you touched on this already, but now that you're back at Penn State in this capacity, what is something that you like about Happy Valley that you could share?
I can't get over it when I walk out to my car every morning, how fresh the air is, and seeing the mountains. There's just something about it. Now I understand why people call it Happy Valley. There's just driving into work. I'm only a couple miles from the BJC. It's just, It's really cool. It's really neat.
So, have you hit the creamery yet?
Come on, look at me. Have I hit it? Absolutely, multiple times.
What's your favorite flavor?
Or
the go-to?
I'm strictly vanilla. I'm strictly the cookies and cream's pretty good. The tracks, what's the something tracks that's with fudge in there, that's good. I've tried them all, to be honest with you. The peach has been pretty good, but when it comes to me with ice cream, I'm strictly vanilla.
Okay, all right, that'll work.
Like my game.
Have you and Coach Franklin had any conversations about the unique pressure that comes with being the head coach at Penn State?
Yeah, a lot. He's Coach Franklin and I have spent a lot of time together since I've been here. He's given me great advice. The one day I spent the whole day when they were in camp watching his operation and how they do things, and just us talking about new ideas, new things, how things work at Penn State, and recruiting, the transfer portal, NIL, you name it. He's become a great friend of mine and a confidant. So yeah, we talk about that. But that's the neat thing about being at Penn State. The pressure to me is a privilege. It's a pretty great opportunity.
Now, you referenced NIL and transfer portal. Is it more challenging or easier to build in a place like Penn State in this atmosphere?
Well, I have no problem to say I had 3 players when I took the job here. We were at 3 players, so the transfer portal helped a lot, or I would have had a lot of baby-face freshmen.
Sure.
So that, of course, that helped when a new coach takes over and our roster was depleted. The NIL is something that you just got to work through and figure out, and it's here to stay. And I love seeing our guys have some great opportunities in that arena. I think it's awesome for them, and I'm really proud of how some of our guys have used that to help them and their families. I'm really proud of them. You got to navigate it, just like anything. If you're in college athletics long enough, everything changes, and there's always a big thing that comes up. These are 2 things that came up at the same time, a little bit of a tidal wave, but you got to ride it. You got to figure it out.
I know you're establishing pillars for your program. What is one tradition you hope to build?
Family.
Okay.
Everywhere I've been, let's make it bigger than basketball. My wife and I became a head coach at 25 years old. My wife was 24. We were engaged, and I had 12 freshmen on my team my first year as a college basketball coach. And she said, if we're going to do this for the rest of our lives together, let's make it just bigger than us. And our players are our families. That's really important to me. And well past the time they play for us and they don't have the uniform on anymore, they're still part of our family. And now we have this huge family all over the country, and it's been really rewarding, a lot of fun.
That's cool. You're uniquely positioned to answer this question. What makes Penn State Penn State?
The people, the pride, the core value of not being afraid to get dirty and work really, really hard.
And if I were to create some space in your schedule, which is impossible, but if you had free time, how would you choose to utilize it?
I would probably be watching my son play football, my daughter play lacrosse, and my youngest son play basketball. I'm a basketball, football, and lacrosse daddy if I'm not recruiting or coaching my team.
Okay. So you're basically an Uber driver then, it sounds like.
My wife and I absolutely Uber drivers in all the drive-throughs, some arena, gym, field on the East Coast. That's how we. And I wouldn't change it for anything in the world.